Water pump's all squared away. Put the motor mount back in. So the next fun, well, I got to put this back in eventually, but the next fun task will be to get this crank pulley off. I don't think it'll come off very easily either. So I found that it's a 22 millimeter. We got to take it out so we can get that freaking yeah, gotta take it off so we can get the belt off, because the belt won't slip off with it on there, unfortunately. I heard on the 2Gs that you can take it off without having to take this crank pulley off. What a bitch. Yeah, it looks very similar to the. Actually, it looks very similar to the one on the 420A. All right, so I gotta crack the bolt off of there, and then put the puller on there. Got my handy dandy snap-on puller here. Hopefully that'll work. HadesOmega out. Yes, this is gonna suck, but I got air tools, so. All right, I got that some bitch off. There it is. So it took like a 22 impact socket and my Super Earthquake Harbor Freight impact gun, and I got it off. I know. I was gunning it. I'm like, man, it's not coming off. And I was like, that's weird. I was like, maybe there's not enough. Maybe there's not enough pressure in the gun. So I was like, oh, sure enough, I could turn it a couple, just a little bit more, and I turned it up all the way, and it came right off. So cool. So I got that off. That's half the battle right there. Oh, jeez. Is this supposed to be a washer? I don't know. So the question is, where am I going to find the bolt to pull this out? Am I just supposed to use this bolt? I guess so. What a bitch. Just to get to this. Oh, it slid right out. What the heck? Okay. I was like, oh man. I was like, oh man, this is gonna cause me all sorts of drama, and it just slides right out apparently, just like that. Hilarious, right? I see the key is still good. That's good. There's the keyway right there. Okay, so it just slides out. Okay, so they say you're supposed to mark if it's in the front or not. There you go. Then the belt will come right out. So I was all stressing out because I had a 4AGZE. It's a supercharged little Toyota engine, and I could not get the timing crank pulley out at all. And they say, like, yeah, sometimes they get stuck in there and you have to cut them out, and well, what a pain in the ass. There it is, came right out. And there's the seal right there, so maybe I can do that too. Maybe that just comes right out. Yeah, it does. Cool. I can change the crankshaft seal too while I'm at it. It looks a little wet, but that could just be the water from the water pump coming out. But let me set it back to top dead center before I actually do anything, because when I gunned it, oh yeah, you can definitely tell which side is which, right? You can see the belt is touching that side, and so you can see it's not flat, it's a little bit beveled. That's why they tell you not to put it on the wrong way. Unless this is on the wrong way. That's a good question. But there's nothing wrong with the belt. Well, that's a good question. Because if I put it on this way, yeah, right. Then I put it on this way. Yeah, it's a little loose. I wonder if that's right or not. That's a good question. I'll have to do some research on that. HadesOmega out. HadesOmega is learning here. I'm learning. So I found out this is indeed the right way to install. One way to tell if this little plate, because they said you can install this plate backwards, and indeed you can. If you flipped it over backwards, it'll be different. It will not be right. They said it will eat your timing belt up or something. So, I mean, this is the wrong way. I did mark the right way. It says front, but so as you can see, I have the timing mark. The timing pointer is not at the notch anymore. The notch is moved down here by flipping it over. So it's almost stupid proof. And one way you can tell that that you put it on backwards, as you see here, right here. Yeah, right there. See where the little red is? They use the red pen or something to mark it. But it's a circle, and the circle points to the timing pointer. So if you flip this the wrong way, you are a no-go, because that doesn't even line up in the proper place anymore. So for sure, it's got to be like this. So that's a surefire way to tell if your balance shaft plate guide is the wrong way. Is if this notch doesn't line up to the pointer anymore, or to where that dot is, which I probably should mark with some silver marker. So that's one way to tell. HadesOmega's. Okay, so I got the belt out and the pulley out. See there? Pretty cool. There's some pretty cool looking pulleys on this thing. Here's the little pulley, the balance shaft pulley. And here's the belt. So let me take a look at this belt real quick. So just like the timing belt, this is a Contitech. It's a Contitech belt. It's got oil and stuff on it, but that's probably one from when that's when I took the water pump out and the water came out. But yeah, it's in good shape still. Nothing wrong with it. See, it's not really cracking at all. The paint is cracking, but yeah, but of course the paint is going to rub off. Oh look, surprised the paint didn't rub off. See, it's still on there. It's amazing. Yeah, because this is rubbing on it rubs on the tensioner pulley. So if you look at the teeth look fine too. So I mean, thus far I haven't found any evidence why my timing belt went. It's kind of disappointing. It's kind of, you know, I'm kind of what the hell, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this seal here, if I can get it out. Not really sure how. I did buy a tool to take it out. I don't think I really have to change it though. It's not leaking or anything. Shit. Let me see if it's still soft. I don't know. It's pretty hard. I probably should change it if I can. I mean, I'm already there. Alright, HadesOmega's. I've been doing some more research, and I heard that you can, so I was like, man, I think I'm gonna be done for tonight, because I don't have anything to drain the oil into. I have my oil pan for doing oil changes is not here. So, what I was planning to do, well, but I heard you can do it because the oil is like down here, and the oil's like way down there. I don't know. But I have this handy dandy tool for pulling seals out. I wonder if it really works though. But yeah, I heard, I did some research and I said like, it says like you don't have to take the seal out, because I'm afraid if I pull this out, a bunch of fucking oils is gonna come squirting out. But I don't think so. There's no oil pressure or anything. But I'm not really sure how to use this tool. It says you're just supposed to stick it in there, get it in the seal. I'm assuming it's gonna damage it. I don't really know how to do it. Alright, well anyway. There we go. I'll try it. I could not figure out how to use this tool. This tool, I didn't know how to use it. I'm assuming it's gotta go in there and you just gotta pull it out, but I don't know. I couldn't figure out how to use it. Anyway, I tried to use a pick, and that didn't work. It wasn't strong enough. I tried to use a little jewelry screwdriver. That didn't work either. So I got a bigger screwdriver, and then I pried it. I stuffed it in there. I didn't want to go on the outside because the housing is aluminum. That's very soft metal. So I went and pried on the crankshaft. The crankshaft is hardened steel. So or whatever it is. Here it is. Hopefully no oil comes out. Okay, cool. So there you go. For the record, if you are changing the crankshaft seal, hopefully it's not, I didn't scar it up. If you're changing the crankshaft seal, oh fuck. That's weird. There's like a scratch there. I don't think I did that. Yeah, I don't remember sticking anything that far, but that's okay. I don't think it'll damage anything. I don't know why there's a scratch up there. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah, see, there's a scratch on the 12 o'clock position of the crankshaft. It's kind of odd. Or a scratch or a nick or something. But anyway, there's a chunk of it missing down there anyway, so I'm just gonna go hoping it's still clean. Yeah, it's still got clean oil around it. I don't think I will mess with it. I will just make sure I wipe the bottom portion off. Oil. And then I will drive the new one in. Should be easy. Get her done. For the record, if you're changing the front main seal, there's no need to drain the oil out of the engine, because it's not gonna come out of the engine. All the oil's down here, not up here. It pumps through this, but yeah. So there you go. HadesOmega out. You don't need to drain the oil. Here are the two seals for reference. The new seal is a brown seal, and the old seal is a black seal. This is NAK on it, and this one says NOK on it. So I'm thinking this one is probably just a newer version. I don't know. But this came from the Mitsubishi gasket kit, and I don't know where this one came from. Whatever kit they used. But yeah, so, and I have checked the sealing part, the softy part, is not soft anymore. So see how that doesn't move very easily, and this does, still soft. That means the seal's still good. I mean, of course it's good, it's brand new. So yeah, it's a good idea that I changed that. Alright, there she goes. Got it in there. So what I had to do, it's I remember before I took it out, I measured it with my fingernail, and so like pretty much I can stick my whole fingernail in there. However long my fingernail is right now, it's like 1 millimeter. Yeah, I need to cut my fingernails. Right. Anyway, yeah. So I stick my fingernail in there, and then like, oh yeah, it's in there pretty good. For some reason, one of the sides was not wanting to go in evenly. Hopefully it didn't. Pretty sure I didn't fuck it up. If I do, we'll find out when we start the engine, huh? But anyway, I have to use these tools to get it in there. Yeah, it just kind of like popped in, like whoop, and then it just stopped, and it wouldn't want to move anymore. So what I use is a 1/4-inch extension. You could probably use the little screwdriver dealy too, that has a screwdriver handle, and a tiny little hammer. And I got it in there. I just tapped around like every clock position basically. I got it in there. Yeah, so that's a little tip. If you have a extension or a screwdriver with a 1/4-inch end on it, has to be something blunt. It fits in the groove exactly. Watch this. Just make sure this little ball thing is in there, and make sure it's the smooth parts. So bam, there you go. See, it's not much chance of damaging the oil pump housing. Fits in there perfectly. So some room to wiggle, but if anything, if you're gonna hit anything, you want to hit at least the crankshaft, because it's hardened steel. All right, there it is. Crank seal installed. Yeah, getting some work done today. So one less gasket I have to install. So here's the balance shaft belts. The timing belt B is what they call it also. The new components. This is the tensioner pulley. Literally, it says that when you install this, use your finger to push it up and tension the belt. Like, yeah, that's not very scientific. Anyway, I'm not very happy about that. Anyway, apparently it doesn't need a whole lot of pressure torque, you know. So here's the new belt. It's a Gates belt, because I bought the Gates timing belt kit. the economy timing belt kit. And then this old belt, Conti Tech, still in good shape. The bearings, it's a little loose. I don't think there's any play though. Yeah, no, bearing's still good. Bearing's still good. It's what kind of bearing is this? It's an NTN bearing. This is another GMB bearing, green with a rubber seal on the outside. It'll do the job. Oh boy, I don't remember which side is which. I think the belt's got to be on that. I think this little rim is supposed to be on the outside. Uh-oh. Well, I'll figure that out. Alright, I'll put the belt on now. Put the crank pulley back on. For the balance shaft, it's still in the right timing place, and the balance shaft is a little bit off, but when I tighten it, I'm assuming it's going to be at the right place again. So, all right. So I found a big typo. If somebody listened to this, you know. But anyway, so let's read number 3 here carefully. To check the balance shaft belt tension, depress belt with finger midway between I shit you not. It tells you to use your finger to tension it. Opposite tensioner pulley deflection should be between 0.20 to 0.29 inches or 57 millimeters. If not, readjust belt tension. Now, I don't know if I'm not an expert at metric units, but I'm pretty sure 57 millimeters is a lot of freaking play. 20. This is 0.20 to 0.29, so that's about a quarter inch. That's like that much. 57 millimeters is chaplam, probably double, maybe triple that. So I was like, man, I don't know. That doesn't seem 57 millimeters. How come it only has one number? So I go into the book here. Oh, install. Here it is. Where are we hiding? Oh, here. Check the belt for proper tension by depressing the belt on its long side with your finger and noting the belt deflection. The desired reading is 0.20 to 0.28 inches, okay? And 5 to 7 millimeters, right? How could you make a typo like that? 5 to 7 millimeters versus 57 millimeters. That's ridiculous, man. Way to go. By the way, this came with the Gates timing belt kit, so way to go, Gates. You should, I don't know. You should not give a bonus to whoever your technical writer is. Alright, HadesOmega out. That is 5 here. This is what 5 millimeters looks like. Not a whole lot. It's supposed to be pretty tight. I don't know if I can do that with my my manly mans. Just checked it. We'll see. So what I had to do is I had to set this to 5. It's about around 5 to 6 millimeters. And I have to hold it. I told you it's fucking retarded the way they made this. Why couldn't they have use a tension gauge? I would feel more comfortable with a tension gauge, but I don't have one anyways. But yeah, basically I held it like that and I pushed it down with I held it like that. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. Get closer in there for you. Alright. See this guy? This little caliper? I just held it there, and then I pulled down on the belt, and it was about 6 millimeters. About 5 or 6. I moved it around from 5 to 7. It definitely wasn't more than 7. Definitely wasn't more than 7, and it definitely wasn't less than 5. So I think I got it on. I got it good on the first try. Not bad. So now I've tensioned the belt. I've torqued the tensioner, so it's should be squared away. I'm gonna start testing it soon to see if it's still in time, but it should be. But I've noticed one thing. It kind of worries me. What the hell, dude? Just hold the camera like this. So see, this is where the timing is, right? And when I put everything back in, the little guide plate, it moves. Look, see? Look at that. This is what you use to base your timing off of on the crank. It shouldn't move like that, right? Jeez, I don't know. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to line it up with the dot on the thing, and then I'm going to move it to where it should be, but I don't like that at all. That is not cool. So, that's what I'm going to try. I'm not happy with how that looks. Check it out without the pulley on there. See? That's a good, like, millimeter of play, you know? Shit. Alright. Gonna button it back up. So here's what I've done. I've marked on the timing belt. Alright, I marked on the timing belt where, on the actual belt itself. So, see there where the dot is. And then I see how much you can move it out of place. So I'm going to move it to where it's in the center. And then I'm going to tighten the bolt down. Hopefully it'll stay there. Alright, so I got it in there. So for every revolution of this spins around twice. So I spun it around. Yeah, spun it around halfway, and it went back, and I spun it around again. Oh, I don't remember. Whatever. But I rotated it once, and the timing marks line up. So it is in fact in time. And now I just have to torque this bolt. Just kind of tighten it with the wrench. There we go. That's it for tonight. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I might go put the tensioner bolt back in, the one that goes right here, and then that's it for tonight. HadesOmega. Recap on what I got done today. Today, I didn't think today was going to be very productive, but it was. I actually installed shit and got shit done. I was a little nervous about working on the balance shaft and all that, and I had to do a lot of homework and research for this. It's not difficult, but you have to know what you're doing. That's what I was. There's like so many components, and that water pump is a bitch to get out. Anyway, so what happened today? I took the old water pump out, and installed a new one, new gaskets, cleaned it everything with as best as I could. It's a little pitted. Yeah, I had to take this off in the process, and I put it back on. And then I pulled the crankshaft pulley out. The crankshaft pulley, the timing belt pulley, and then I took the balance shaft pulley out, and they're surprisingly not that hard to take out. And so yeah, I got the balance shaft pulley out. I was able to pull the front main seal out, the oil pump seal, and I got that out and I replaced it, and it wasn't too hard. And then I went and installed a new balance shaft tensioner and belt, and then I put that back in, and then I put everything back in. That was it. So that took all day. My first time. But I got a lot of the timing stuff done. So the next part, the next step in my journey here is to put the head back on. And supposedly I have it at top dead center. Number 1 should be up right now. Okay, it is up. So yeah, cool. HadesOmega out. That's it for today. Really productive day. Yeah, it's good. I'm finally getting rid of old parts and putting new parts in finally. So I still got a crap ton of gaskets and stuff. But yeah, really happy, and I'm happy I didn't have to use that thing, the puller kit. And now I just got a crap ton of stuff to clean up. HadesOmega out.